to get in touch with Ashish.
No, you called him, right?
Dude, you were supposed to call him. Don't tell me. You've not called him.
Why would I have called him? Then we would have had the episode done already, right? You said it's
Dude,
COVID time,
this-
meet the leaders needs to stop, and so I will call him.
Dude, this is on you, okay, man? That was ages ago.
Calling Ashish.
Hello. Hey, hi.
Ask him if
Hi.
he wants to laugh.
Hi. You are?
Let's go.
Okay. We are just around the corner. Yeah.
Spoken too much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, welcome to Meet the Leaders. This time around, we are meeting the Ashish Gupta here. And today is a great day because he's completed 1 year at the helm of this.
And that 1 year has been, I would say, that's been in hot seat, right? You came in when things were the craziest, and you had new product at that point in time right in front of you. Has it really been that crazy, or has it been?
It's something which you look forward to all your career, to get into a place where you're launching new cars, where you're getting the entire team behind you, you're getting all the dealers behind you, you're getting the customers excited about the product. So I would say very exciting times as well. It balances the challenges, balances out the excitement.
And how long have you been with Volkswagen?
It's going to be 9 years next month.
Our whole agenda with Meet the Leaders is to be able to speak to young, aspiring minds and introduce them to people like you. And with that, of course, Ashish, we really want to know, how was your career path? What went into making yourself here today?
First job interview.
When you're appearing for your first interview, you never think that, or you never take it seriously. Or at least I didn't take it seriously. I thought the world is my oyster, and I'll get through anything that I want to do.
So were you nervous the first? No, first time you weren't nervous. Were you nervous the second
not at all.
time?
First time I was like, I am the coolest guy. How can they not select me? But then I realized, you have to do a little bit work before going into interviews.
And what was the thing? What was the test?
On the interview,
Yeah.
It was designing a micro or drawing a circuit of a microcontroller.
I think he's also in the similar field. Can you draw it? You did it. I remember you did mechatronics engineering, right? Yeah. So could you maybe?
I was just having fun here right now, and you're just trying to make it equally
He is.
tough for me, like what the first interview or the second interview for him would have been. And so my follow-up question with that is, is how do you manage the butterflies in your stomach? How do you really come out on top, no matter which side of the table you are?
Definitely, once you get into those goosebumps and once you get into that interaction, I think that just the flow of the interaction, just the flow of the occasion, once you're prepared for it, it takes care of itself.
Now it seems like Volkswagen has found a kind of a groove, which is like it's got a zing to it again.
Yeah, the biggest change, I would like to call it a change, it's an evolution of how a team comes together.
I can understand what my teammate is thinking without even talking to him. No? So that's the kind of magic, I think, which evolved over a period of time and came together when we were launching the Tiger. It had also to do with a little bit of the pressure we were in. Yeah, pressure makes crazy things happen. So the credit is fully to the team that they soaked in that pressure and utilized it to come out on top. Yeah, they utilized it to do something which had never been done in our history before, to reinvent the brand, to transform the brand. And that's the passion, that is the coming together of the entire team that you see as a result in what you just spoke about.
The hustle mode literally seems to be on, yeah?
Very interesting story, because when we were chalking out the campaign plan for the hustle mode on or for the Tygoon, there were 2 or 3 creative routes presented to us. And the classic theme, the Indian, elegant way, then the sporty way, and this is this totally out of the box thinking where you're going right up in the face. And we were all 4 or 5 people sitting in the room, and including my marketing team. We looked at each other, and everybody said, "Let's go for the hustle." Yeah, it just clicked with the brand, or how we as a team approach this entire project. So it definitely is not a positioning line. It is how we approach the product and the campaign.
Right.
Because the GT stands for something very iconic in the Volkswagen world. And getting that into a fresh product into the Indian market was a big challenge, convincing everybody that, that GT will make sense in India. So it was indeed a part of the on the project premises, but at the same time, bringing it on an SUV was something which was a new challenge for us.
This is for our viewers. I would want them to understand. Volkswagen is, you're the boss here, but Volkswagen is a huge entity. And I'm sure that required a lot of hustle from your side.
I think globally as well, the brand is undergoing a transformation. So these discussions are no longer that difficult as they used to be. Even keeping the whole thing about changing the brand design, changing the brand, how the brand is presented. So these discussions are a little bit easier these days. I wouldn't say they are very easy, but they are easier than before.
Before we jump into further more difficult questions, we want to know, what does your day at Volkswagen look like, be it a Monday or then a Friday?
So I try to go for a short walk in the morning, maybe at around 5:30 for a half an hour, 45 minutes walk, just to get my mind attuned to what the day holds. Do some planning in my mind in terms of what are the meetings planned, what do we want to get as a result by the end of this day in terms of some deliverables, so that I am very clear when approaching office. Come into office, typically it's a series of meetings, and thankfully if I'm prepared for them and my team is good in preparing all the materials and all the meetings which need to be done on that day. If that is prepared, you go through the motions of the day, try to find some time for spending with the team as well, making sure that I take a round of the floor, talk to people, just understand how they are doing, how their work is coming along, and how can I support them. Because at our positions, the only thing we can do is to make people's job easier. There's nothing other than that. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that at leadership positions, it's people management. It's no longer task management or anything. It's mostly how do you manage people, and that's what I try to do. Wow.
Do you get weekends off?
Yes, we do, and Saturday, Sunday is totally off. And that's, I think, something which I appreciate for our team as well, that Saturday, Sunday, we just switch off.
If the boss does it.
It's not that easy. I can't tell my boss to switch off, so I have never switched off.
We are wondering whether Volkswagen and Skoda, who we know work so well hand in hand, if they are actually rivals behind the doors, or if they are foes, or if they are friends.
So, if you look at the two brands globally, we go hand in hand. But the entire philosophy of the group is based on healthy competition between brands. That's the only way you can both grow your business. That's the kind of philosophy and that's the kind of ethos we try to instill in our teams and try to follow within the organization in India as well. I would say that most of the times we are friends, and some of the time we are rivals as well, which is the basis of a healthy relationship. Yeah, so that's the kind of energy we have. It's a kind of sweet friction.
Did you go and do did you check out, we have a GT line?
Not to be honest.
GT line is really wrong.
To be honest, when I read the social media reviews and people say the GT line is Volkswagen's differentiating factor, I said, yeah. So definitely, these are the moments as professionals you live for. These are small wins that you take pride in. Nobody in the world is going to come and applaud us. Well done. Yeah, these are the small things that the team takes pride in, and I take pride in as well.
Awesome.
I just did applaud though, by the way, because that was a master move, something, and everybody was wanting to see that happen, and then it did happen, and it would once again happen on 8th of March. You will see the same badge on the car, which is called
Virtus. But I can assure you, it is going to have all the virtues of a Volkswagen.
Okay. So, which means it will have the virtue of a GT.
Definitely. I think GT line is very well established for us. No reason for us not to give that offer to our sedan customers.
Oh, nice. So you've got that here right now. And there's an icon that's now kind of being sunsetted. ID4. Polo, man. Oh.
Yes, you've heard right. We will be retiring the Polo. Okay. I think it's pretty clear. We are switching over from a PQ platform to the new global MQB A0iN platform. So definitely the Polo has been an icon for us. It's the product which has built the brand in India. This is why we are interacting today. Otherwise, if the Polo was not there, I don't think we would have been having this interaction at any point of time. So that's the legacy I want to carry forward, or we as a team want to carry forward with our new product portfolio. In our history in India, we have never had such a fresh product portfolio at the same time. right? So that's the kind of transformation that the Polo has allowed us to do, right? And that's how I see the Polo, not saying goodbye, but maybe if I get the pronunciation right in French, au revoir.
Au revoir. Yeah.
Honestly, the going away of the current generation of the Polo is something which I would like to celebrate, right? So that's something which we are planning right now with a special edition, beginning of April, and also an event together with you to celebrate the icon you have now.
And this is a great time to tell you this, that, very often there's this question. Ford happened. Is VW going that way? And now with this Polo news, obviously that was like one of the takes that, oh, they've sunsetted the Polo, they're pulling the plug on the Polo.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? Is it?
This is not even a question worth answering.
Yeah, what kind of a question?
So, as I said, this is the moment in time when we have the youngest and the freshest portfolio in India. I think for the next 3-4 years, this is a portfolio which is really going to get us volume. I'm not only focusing on volume. Our stated vision in India is very clear that we want to reach a 3% market share. So we are not aiming for 50% market share anyway. But to have a sustainable presence in India, it's very important that we make these two cars, and along with the Tiguan a success, which is the backbone of our future plans.
Which car, Ashish, do you think, from the Volkswagen lineup, which car do you think suits him the best, and which car will suit me nice?
From the current portfolio or from the global portfolio?
From the Indian car pool.
Indian car portfolio. Okay, for you, I
Atlas.
current portfolio. He's saying Indian portfolio.
It's an Indian portfolio.
Otherwise, I would say the microbus suits you.
Hey, I like that. Okay, man, that's another conversation altogether.
And you, Rohan, I see you as more as a suave. And forget all the jokes that you make, but as a suave, smart-looking guy.
My jokes are good too.
I would say the Touareg would fit you.
When do we see microbus coming to India? Can we ask Mr. Wolfsburg, or do you have the answer for it already?
So the microbus, I think the current avatar is only going to be electrical. Coincidentally, the world premiere of the new ID Buzz is exactly 2 days after our new global sedan launch. Yeah. So that's something which is again going to excite as usual. So let's see if it can be part of those 300 or the electrification plans.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
And to talk about electrification, ID4 is something that you've said will be coming to India. Is there any more?
So currently what we are planning for this year or early next year is to start with some kind of a test fleet in India. We want to make sure that whatever cars are coming into India are suitable for the Indian conditions, because so far the car has not been developed keeping India in mind. As a long-term transformation, I think in the second half of the year, we as a brand, in line with global movement for the brand, have to move towards electrification, and that's what my aim is as well.
That one time when you think Volkswagen failed.
Volkswagen failed. That's a very difficult question. I think 2015-16, when we had the Dieselgate, that was one occasion where we as a company and together as a team, and I think globally as well, we let ourselves down. Yeah? It's never the fall. It's about how do you get back from it, and that's what immensely we are proud of as a team, across brands, across nations, on how we took that fall and bounced back.
You also mentioned that man management is a large part of leadership. And so clearly you must be having certain few set values or qualities that you look for in team building. Can you tell us something about that?
So 3 values which we as a team, try to follow. One is initiative. So one of the mantras for us is that every individual in the team has to take initiative. Okay? If you have an idea, start it. If it fails, it fails. But at least we tried it and we learned from it. The second is, if you have started an initiative, if you've taken an initiative, take ownership of it. Take it to its logical conclusion. Don't leave it halfway. And the third is, if you've taken initiative, if you've taken ownership, make sure that you take the team along. Yeah? So teamwork.
Would you hire him or would you rather hire me?
Rohan, to be honest, I don't take decisions individually. We'll have to set up a panel for that, interview you. You will have to make a presentation to us, which typically runs for 2 hours. Around 60 presentation template that we have that you have to present. It's not so easy getting into Volkswagen, Rohan. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, you go for it, man. I'll sit this one out.
So I got my answer. I'm not going to be hired. So, all right, we will move on to a different set of questions here. Now that I know I'm not going to be hired, I'm going to be very blunt with you. I'm going to be no more your friend.
Oh.
And I'm going to ask you rapid fire questions. Are we ready for that? Yeah. Which is your favorite Volkswagen?
I would have to say the Touareg. I just love that car.
Thank you so much.
And I offered it to you.
Thank
man.
you so much. Thank you so much. I think I should make those presentations and apply still. Yeah.
I think that's a bit.
Yeah. That's a bit.
And at a very interesting juncture, SUV or sedan?
So sedan for the weekdays and SUV for the weekend.
Rapid fire. Nicely twisted rapid fire. Okay.
Diplomatic नहीं है, ये true है यार. So if you are a family of 4 and if you're having 2 cars, what would you rather have? 2 SUVs or 1 SUV and 1 sedan?
Very insightful there.
So that's how our cars are positioned right now. You have the Tiguan and the upcoming new global sedan. Time to change both your cars in the family, guys.
Yeah, please.
Books or movies?
Movies based on books.
Movies based on books. Do you like to read the books first or after?
Depends. If I've seen the movie and I find it good and if I couldn't understand it, which is most often, I try to go back to the book.
Okay. That's a lot of investment in that sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Kartik here, because he's, how many years old are you? He's writing the question, Sachin or Sehwag, but I think the question should be today Virat or Rohit Sharma.
Rohit, with a lot of Virats in my team.
Yeah, okay. Tiguan or Tiguan All-Space? By the way, I love the car. You know what? I don't want to do this interview. I just want to tell you one thing. I went to the easternmost tip of the country. It was called Dong Village.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
And the car made that journey a special one. Since then, I've been trying to either get a job at your company or I've been trying to buy that car. It is an expensive one. It's well worth its money. But now I'm waiting for the new All-Space. Firstly, when is it coming? And sorry, I forgot the rapid fire question. Tiguan or Tiguan All-Space?
So for me, I think currently I'm driving the Tiguan All-Space, so I would say Tiguan All-Space.
Tiguan All-Space.
But soon my company is going to change it to the Tiguan. So when you ask me the question after 6 months, I'll say Tiguan.
This is nice. Whatever you have is the better one.
And the All-Space that you will be leaving out in the parking lot, where does that go?
And that goes and you can have it for a drive, surely.
Time permitting. I think we want to end this with a little bit of understanding of where you're coming from. Who have been your inspirations?
People like Gandhi, people like I would say Nietzsche, who's been a great thinker.
Just one last question. One last. Your first year we spoke about. What's the next year looking like for you?
In Volkswagen, again exciting. You have this new launch. I think the entire team is now focused on launching the new global sedan, getting it to as you have said, we've set a very high benchmark with the Tiguan. The hustle mode has been constantly on. So we have to redefine how do we get this car into the market now. So that's the biggest challenge for the next upcoming 3 or 4 months. That's what we are focused on. But definitely having launched 2 fresh cars, making them a success, reaching the targets that we have set for ourselves is also going to be a big task this year.
I've learned quite a few things here sitting on the table talking to you. I think if Kartik allows me, we will wrap this particular one up, but we'll meet him again very soon.
Yes, 8th March.
8th March it is. Yeah, 8th March, folks. Stay tuned onto the internet. A great big thing is happening in the universe of the Indian automotive landscape. That makes sense. Yes, in the universe of Volkswagen here. 8th of March. I'll be waiting.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
forward.
Ashish sir, for your
Looking
time.
forward, guys. Always a pleasure interacting with you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.